Hi, everybody, and welcome to Service Excellence at. And today we are talking to Cheryl Campbell, who is the Airport Services Manager at Inverness Airport. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for taking the time out to do this for us. We really, really do appreciate it. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction about Inverness Airport. So Inverness Airport is one of 11 airports in the Highlands and Islands Airport Group and provides mainly domestic flights, including a lifeline service to communities on the island of Scotland. Throughout the COVID pandemic, Inverness Airport made absolutely no redundancies, which I think is fantastic, actually. That's brilliant, really top notch there, making them well placed to continue to meet high service levels as demand returns. This year, Inverness Airport has been awarded the Airport Service Quality Award by the ACI for the second time and has also been voted the best airport in Europe in its class, servicing under 2 million passengers per year. Inverness Airport took the accolade after judges assessed 34 categories, including passengers' experience of health and safety, environmental sustainability, security, and their ease of travel throughout the airport. Well, congratulations on that, Cheryl. You must be quite proud of everything that you and your team have achieved.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, we're very proud. I think especially in the challenging times that we've had in the past few years, for the team to get, what is a really good pat on the back for everyone overall for how we've kind of banded together through that. It's great. It's been a brilliant achievement for us all.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially after that, that hard slog and just all that uncertainty as well. I think, as I said as well in the introduction, I think it's fantastic that you guys were able to do all of that without making any redundancies too. So congratulations to you and the team again. So we've got a couple of questions for you today. So the first question is, what attracted you yourself to work within the service industry?
So it's one of those things where I almost fell into it. So as I'm sure lots of people that end up working within the service industry started out part-time while I was at university studying an entirely different topic. And by the time I finished that degree course, I really had far more enthusiasm within the part-time job that I had than I did with the topic of my degree, which led me down a path of being almost coerced, I suppose, into management roles at that point with the company I was with. And time just kind of snowballed away from me. And then probably about 10 years later, the opportunity came up here at the airport. And I really didn't think that I had a shot at it, but I gave it a bash and very gladly got the role here initially as customer service manager, which has just really changed title, I guess, since then to airport services manager. And it's just such a exciting industry to work in. I've always really enjoyed being able to help people and trying to kind of push for doing that in the best way that I can. So working here for the past 4 years has been a brilliant way to kind of progress that.
Amazing. And what do you enjoy most about your current role?
I'd say there's kind of two key areas that I enjoy the most. So the main one really is the people. That is what makes us different here at Inverness. It's a real family vibe here. We're a regional airport, we're quite small, and we all know each other really well. So all the different teams, all the different operating partners, we all work together really closely. And it's like a little village of its own. So there's some really fabulous people that you can work with and really lean on here. And the other thing that I would say is probably up there is projects. So since I've came here in the past 4 years, we've done so many things, so many projects to improve the service that we deliver here. And a lot of that's based on feedback from the likes of our ASQ surveys that we have had the awards for. Being able to kind of see where we need to improve, what our actual customers want, and being able to deliver on that. There's some real achievement, I think, and when we see end results of these sorts of projects and get that positive feedback that we're looking for. So that'd be my two main things.
Amazing. I can imagine. I mean, you say you're small, but you're still servicing just under 2 million passengers per annum. I mean, that's fantastic. And to still be able to run that with a family vibe, I think is really special. And especially, you know, like I said, everybody's been there throughout the whole pandemic. So what was there? What was the decision? What drove the decision to work with Hospitality Assured?
We've got quite a long-standing relationship with Hospitality Assured now. So previous to me joining the airport, we were already doing our kind of reviews and full annual kind of visits with Hospitality Assured. So when I came in, it was one of kind of the first tasks that I had to do. So I took over looking at the kind of everything that had been looked at previously, and it's just a really good health check, I would say, to make sure that we are, you know, performing in the ways that we're kind of striving to. So it's a massive focus for us at Inverness Airport and Hyle to provide world-class customer service. So for us to be able to you know, compare ourselves with this standard and make sure that we have all those processes in place to kind of meet those different criteria. It's a great way of us, like I say, health checking that we are doing everything that we can and getting that different perspective as well. And feedback is really key. So it's a brilliant relationship that I'm sure will continue for many years to come.
Oh, I'm sure Max and the team will be very happy with that. That's lovely. So how has HA accreditation changed the way that you work at Inverness Airport?
It's helped us kind of focus on our customer experience, what we're doing as a group, not just Hyle as a company, because there are so many different partners within the airport as well. So it really allows us that opportunity for us all to get together, and we're all involved in the process, and then kind of review the outcome. So we hold monthly customer focus group meetings. So following the last review that we had, we went through all that feedback as a group, so that we can all kind of learn from that and also you know, celebrate success. And I think that's been a big thing for us, certainly in the past few years. It's been tougher. Is great to have that opportunity to celebrate those successes. So yeah, it just gives us that opportunity to, like I say, checklist that we're doing what we need to do, and point out any areas that we've maybe, you know, let slip slightly, and it just keeps us kind of on top of our game, I think.
I think you're very right as well with the celebrating of the success. I think that's very, very important. I think for morale and as a team to be putting all that hard work in and to adjusting where required and then to be celebrating. I think it's a key aspect to the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely, and it is something we really focus on here, is making sure that we shout about when we do things right, and we learn lessons from any times that we haven't quite met the mark.
Very important. So what are the key challenges that you're facing in airport services right now?
I mean, the key challenge at the moment is the recovery from COVID. So as I'm sure many airports across the world and the UK are starting to busy up again. So like you said, we're in quite a good position that we've got good levels of staff here. So we are, I guess, more just having to get into that mindset again of, oh yeah, we're a busy place. So it's the challenges, I guess, in adapting to getting back to, I guess, where we kind of were in 2019. And we are seeing similar passenger numbers here now to what we had in 2019. So to go from being quite a quiet place for a while to having that kind of buzz back is a challenge, but a good one. And it's certainly something that we're all excited about. And it has been a challenge to continue to adjust and adapt to the different regulations, the different guidance, and make sure that we're doing everything that we can to keep our passengers and our staff here safe. So we're just really focused on that positive recovery now, to make sure that we're doing everything we can for our customers, to make sure the service stays at that level that we've managed to achieve so well, but also to make sure that we're looking after our staff, because it's a very busy place to be working in again. So making sure that we're looking after the well-being of everyone.
I guess there's a little bit of like we're back now, but there's that excitement to be back as well. So those challenges, have you found that there are things in the hospitality assured accreditation that support you with those challenges?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the support is really that celebrating success piece. So for us to be able to, at the start of this year, go through that process just ahead of everything kind of kicking off again, be able to review how we've done, for individuals throughout the airport to be involved in that process as well. I think during those interviews, you almost realise exactly how much you are doing and what you are putting into things.
Right.
And I think that's really helped everyone that was involved in that process kind of refocus on that. And I guess you get stuck doing the day to day and sometimes forget actually do a really good job at this. So I think it's given all those partners that pat in the back, I think, necessary.
That celebration is obviously very key for you guys, which is brilliant. So what would you say to other people that might be, other businesses and other people that might be considering embarking on hospitality assured accreditation?
I would say it's a really worthwhile process. I mean, you do a little bit of documentation ahead of doing the actual visit. And that helps you kind of, I suppose, frame your mind of what we're going to be looking at. Helps you kind of do a bit of a self-check ahead of it. And it's it's not an onerous process at all. A visit, a couple of chats with different people across the business that represent the whole place. And then to have that really detailed feedback that you get from it. And certainly working with Max, who's always, anytime he's here, got such a fabulous, kind of vibe around him, I guess, would be the best way of putting it. And everyone really enjoys that interview process. So it's not like a scary or daunting audit. It's a really nice chat with some really friendly people. And then you get some really in-depth feedback out of that, which then can give you ideas for things to take forward.
See, that's a really nice way to look at it, because I think some people may perceive it to be almost a bit of an audit, pulling apart pieces. But for you to say that it's actually just a bit of a nice conversation, and again, celebrating the good results, but then with that positive feedback, that does help you pinpoint and focus on bits that you possibly miss just on your day-to-day. So that is really nice. And it's nice that people look forward to it rather than be hiding in the loos. It's wonderful. It's good. I'm sure Max would be happy to hear that. So the last question, what's your most unusual experience you've had working at Inverness Airport?
So it is it's the sort of place that every day is different. And one of probably the ones that came to mind with this question is that I have fairly recently had to do a bit of a photo shoot with SpiderMan and Thor. And that was more about a press release, because Inverness Airport, we work with Highland Heroes, which is a big local awards ceremony which we sponsor. Which is a fabulous event that you definitely need to bring tissues along to. But that's one of those days that's very different, where you find yourself outside with Spider-Man and Thor posing for some photos. It doesn't happen every day.
I think we need that picture for the promo for this, I think.
Doesn't happen every day. But we have those moments where we're doing something like that, and you didn't come into work expecting to be stood next to Spider-Man.
No, you're going to keep that one for your family as well. There you go. Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl, for taking the time to do that. I hope it wasn't too painful. And it is wonderful for me to obviously hear about the fantastic work that they do, and then we can tell everybody and shout about it. And you know, it's not an audit, it's not a picking apart, it's pleasant conversations resulting in great feedback with nice people. So that's wonderful feedback for us to be shouting about. So I really appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you from myself and the Hospitality Assured team. And we look forward to putting this up on our social media and promoting you.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Take care. Thanks, Cheryl. Bye-bye.
Bye.